Terrifier 3 has been a joy, but the problem is I work with a bunch of morons.
What type of morons?
Happy Halloween, everybody! To celebrate, let's rank every single kill in the Terrifier franchise. All right, so listen up. I ain't gonna repeat this. This is how this is gonna go down. Our top tier here, meaning like the very best, is Sienna's Cream Machine. These are our favorite kills from the entire franchise, without a doubt. Next up is Art's Pleasure Emporium. Also very good kills, just maybe not the greatest of the great. Then we got Bland Barbara, which is like mid-tier, you know, center of the road kind of vibe. Could have been gorier, kills that were underwhelming, but maybe had potential. And then finally, Divisive Dennis. Guys, you don't want to be a divisive Dennis. Starting from the original Terrifier here, we have Monica Brown, who I guess technically gets confirmed alive in Terrifier 2, but man, this is such a brutal moment to kick off Terrifier. We're just gonna count it. I don't care. In terms of maiming, this is pretty dang disgusting, so I'm gonna put this up there for Bland Barbara, only because you don't actually get a kill. So I'm gonna deduct some points from it for that reason, but it is pretty nasty, but it is also kind of the same thing that happens to Victoria Hayes. Cool way to start the movie off, though, I'll tell you what. Next up here, we have Steve, who gets decapitated, turned into a jack-o'-lantern in Halloween 2018, would steal this kill a few years later. This is technically Art the Clown's first on-screen kill, although we don't really see him do it. We just see the aftermath of it, and that's really good still, in my opinion. I mean, this is disgusting. I'm gonna put it in Art's Pleasure Emporium for now. Turning ahead into a jack-o'-lantern. Classic Art, man. This is where it really starts to get brutal with Ramon. Ramon's death is brutal. I love this kill so much. It's very underrated. It doesn't get talked about too much, but you get like that cleaver going through the fingers and all the blood squirting out. It's brutal. I love this kill to death. It's great. Next up is Dawn's death, the hacksaw scene. I mean, this is iconic. Come on, that's gotta go all the way up to the top for now. Maybe it gets bested by something else on the list, but I mean, sawing somebody in half from genitals to neck, that deserves the top spot for now. Come on, that's the best kill in the original Terrifier without a doubt. Next up is Tara Hayes, who gets shot by Art the Clown. I remember the first time I saw this, I just felt really underwhelmed. I felt like the momentum of that movie just kind of halted at that moment. Like I was just like, man, everything that was going on just kind of stopped with this kill. So I'm gonna say, I'm honestly gonna put this in could have been gorier, because I still give it points for the fact that this is a slasher that just in case things go wrong, he's got a gun ready to go. It's something you've probably thought about many times while watching other slashers. It's like, why is this guy using a knife right now? Art the Clown answers that question by saying, it's more fun to use a knife, but just in case, I got this as a backup. The cat lady gets scalped and gets her chest cut off. It's pretty brutal, man, but again, you don't really see it happen, so I'm gonna put this in Bland Barbara. Will's decapitation here, this is a friend of the channel, Michael Levy, who gets killed in this sequence. This is going up to Art's Pleasure Emporium. This is like what I wanted to see from Steve's death here, but we didn't quite get, so I'm gonna put it above because we see the decapitation with this one. It's pretty awesome. Art sawing through that dude's head. It's great. You gotta love it. Mike's kill in Terrifier gets some points for me. I'm putting it at the bottom of Art's Pleasure Emporium. I love a good head stomp, man. It is always effective. It always gets me to go, ooh, no matter how many times I've seen him. I love it so much. I stole this kill for my own film, Red Right Hand. Moving into Seth Bolton, the coroner from the beginning of Terrifier 2, ending of Terrifier 1. This guy gets a pretty brutal death. I mean, he really wasn't doing anything, and Art just went in there and brutalized this guy to start this movie off. Yanks out his eyeball and pretends to put it into his eye. It's such a goofy little moment. He also just rips the top part of his skull open, starts playing around with his brains. I mean, this is a pretty good kill. Doesn't get talked about too many times. I think we gotta put this one, yeah, we gotta put this at the top of Art's Pleasure Emporium. Does it go to Sienna's Cream Machine, though? This is a pretty good kill, dude. Damn, you know what? I'm gonna throw it up there. It's one of the many kills we get much more in the rest of the series, like Terrifier 2 and 3, where it's like, it takes a long time. And for that, you know, the pain of watching this one, I gotta put it right at the bottom of Sienna's Cream Machine, I think. Immediately after that, though, I think we get our first divisive Dennis. Dude just gets stabbed in the head with like a mop handle. off screen at the laundromat. The best part about this scene is watching Art the Clown do his laundry. Like he's just like all of us, guys. He's the exact same as all of us, really. He puts his clown shoes on 1 foot at a time, okay? Speaking of overkills, man, we got Ricky here getting a brutal decapitation. This one is going right above that last one. I think if you can immediately make me feel pain by watching somebody die on screen, that's where I'm in love with good kills, man, because when he breaks that bottle and pushes it into the dude's, not his eye, specifically not his eye, but the face meat around the eye, that hurts so bad. The decapitation is cool too, don't get me wrong, but that bottle in the eye, ooh, that one just makes me jump back in terror. I love it. Allie in the bedroom, guys, look, I'm just gonna be honest. I think there's been some great kills in this entire franchise, like from 1, 2, and 3, without a doubt. But what's the best one? What's the one that hurts the most? It's Allie's death. This is number 1, guys. Come on, that is unbelievable. It's a bloody, gory cake with salt and bleach on top, baby. You gotta love this one. I gotta give some points to Mrs. Thompson as well, Allie's mom, who gets decapitated off screen, her brain removed and candy put inside. Again, we don't see it on screen, but it is a pretty dang cool kill. So I think I'm gonna put it right at the top of Bland Barbara, just because of how silly the scene is. Barbara is actually not gonna go to Bland Barbara because I gotta give this. It's a simple kill, okay? It's a gun kill, just like Tara Hayes from the original, and I put that one and could have been gorier. Ever so slightly inches into Art's Pleasure Emporium because you get the scalp hitting the wall. And after an emotional buildup, we've been kind of hating on Barbara the entire movie. We're like, this mom is just not given enough cred to her kids. You know, we're all going through something here with the loss of the father. We finally feel something for Barbara in this moment before where she has this phone call with Sienna, and you kind of see like there is some love here, even though there's been a lot of tension and fighting between the family throughout the entire film before that. Then for Art the Clown to blow her head off, it's just like, oh man, that sucks. And the scalp just hitting the back wall is very mean-spirited, I think. So to leave that in the edit, it gets some points for me. There's some emotional weight with Barbara's death, and just also to give her such a mean-spirited death like this, I think is pretty awesome. Oh, you want to talk about kills that hurt, baby? Jeff's just the tip. Ooh, man, this is going all the way to maybe all the way to the top of Art's Pleasure Emporium. Jeff's getting his wiener stabbed. Again, you don't really see too much. Oh, I guess he does yank it off and then he's wiping it on the window. Okay, I'm gonna put that a little higher. Yeah, that's pretty good. Brooke's death to kind of cap this movie off, though, I think definitely tops it. My God, she gets hydrochloric acid to the face, which Art picks up at the very beginning of the movie, interestingly enough, and then breaks open her chest, yanks out her heart, and then eats it. This guy, he's a problem. He might, I don't think therapy is gonna help him, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna put this one number 3, dude. Like, I mean, that's up there. Hydrochloric acid. The other thing that's great about this is you have like these bubbles, like the skin's bubbling up as the acid is burning through her face. That's up there, dude. That's brutal. Really good practical effects on this kill. It's just it's another unsung hero, I feel, of the Terrifier kill spectrum. This person also listed the Clown Cafe kills in here, and like, because they're not real, they definitely lose some points for me. Again, this is another one with guns, but there's a lot of blood spraying out, so I think I'm gonna put that above. I'll put that in could have been gorier. I don't know. It's he's just pulling out a Tommy gun and blowing people to bits. It's burn stunts always get points for me. These are always underrated, so I'm gonna put this. Where do I want to put this? I'm gonna put this in the middle of Bland Barbara. It's a cool burn stunt. You know, that's hard to do. Serial kid here willingly eats razor blades. Again, this is a dream, so I can't really judge it by logic. But that is kind of dumb. He's eating broken glass, bugs, and razor blades. No one's forcing him to do this. I mean, he's just going for it. He loves this cereal with razor blades in it. I don't know. Kid's kind of dumb, if you ask me. I'm gonna put this. Sure, I'm gonna put this here. They're great. Speaking of some gore, though, little Timmy from the beginning of Terrifier 3. Oh my God, this is just awful, man. Art the Clown, dismembers this dude into a bunch of pieces. For the shock value alone, I think I might have to put this at number 3. We don't see it on screen, but the sound design is done so well during this opening sequence. Same thing goes for these next 2 kills, Mark and Jennifer here. Just the sound design of that axe swinging into them is terrifying. I don't know, so whoever did the sound design for this movie just deserves so many props, so much credit. Mark's is going, I'm gonna put Mark's like, yeah, dude, right behind Jazzy Jeff here, because Jeff losing his wiener, that's a lot. That sucks, dude. It's a standout kill. Male genitalia get yanked off. That's pretty good. I think Jennifer's is gonna absolutely top Arts Pleasure Emporium, without a doubt. Jennifer's kill is definitely the showcase of this opening. Timmy is the shock value, you know what I mean? And that's why Timmy goes all the way up there. Okay, Timmy's number 3. Hang on, I'm looking at this again. No, Brooke's kill's better than that. Come on now. Jennifer's kill is fantastic because you get that axe in the head and then like the side of her face is coming off. That's pretty awesome, dude. Chrissy Fox, her scream is iconic as well. Another big part of that. This whole chase scene is just phenomenal. I still don't know how they did this next death. Victoria Hayes yanking off Chris Jericho's jaw here. He gets his like jaw yanked off in the sequence and Art the Clown rips like another part of his face off. I don't know how they did it. I mean, this is like genuinely an impressive sequence. I just heard on a podcast that I guess Phil and Damien were fighting about how it looked, because I guess there was like too much like stretchiness or something along those lines, but they clearly they care a lot about how these deaths look, and this one, it's brutal, man. It's a crazy one. I might have to put it, Art the Clown messing with the eye though I think is funnier, but this goes to Sienna's cream machine. This is just an impressive, like, how the fuck did they do that kind of kill? Officer Evans gets decapitated off screen. It is funny that we see the decapitated body of Art the Clown use it and hold it on top like that, but we don't really see it on screen, so I guess this is gonna be a top of divisive Dennis, because it's just kind of like, Next up is Maurice Jackson, and no, I'm not talking about Art the Clown. I'm talking about the real Maurice Jackson, who gets stabbed in the neck. Pretty brutal, pretty hard to watch, but again, nothing too crazy with this one. I'm gonna put it in Bland Barbara. Since we actually do see it on screen though, I think I'm gonna put it right at the top. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This next one this is probably a crazy take. Dennis here. Now, I've named the bottom tier Divisive Dennis because I knew this would be a divisive choice of where I'm about to put this. This is one of the best kills in the entire Terrifier franchise. When he's still screaming and alive, when his face skin comes down to his neck, that's gotta be, no one would ever want to I don't think we really talk about this kill enough. Can I be honest with you guys? I'm gonna do something really controversial here, and it's going in second place. I think we actually see more of this death too versus the hacksaw scene. Like, don't get me wrong, the hacksaw thing is crazy. But in terms of kills that make me feel the most pain, this one, like, I'm visibly upset when we get to this point in the movie. Art the Clown waking up again. My God, I mean, this is something special right here. This is going at number 2. It passes up the hacksaw scene, in my humble opinion. That box cutter going through the top of his head, yanking the skin down, and he's still alive, screaming through all of that. It's crazy, man. This is a crazy one. The person who made this list listed the rat as an actual kill. I feel like I agree with James from Dead Meat. I'm only counting people when it comes to like things Art kills, but sure, I guess we'll count this one. I mean, the gore's kind of nasty. We're freezing rats and smashing them. I mean, that's kind of, you know what? I'll put it at the top of Divisive Dennis. Wouldn't it suck to be the officer here or this unnamed man at a laundry machine? You just got topped by a frozen rat, dude. Smokey and Eddie die in the same way. They both get shot. So again, like, I can't give a whole lot of love to these. Here's what I'll say. Clint Howard plays Smokey here, so he gets more points just because he's Clint Howard. But they're gonna be a could have been gorier. These guys were, you know, rubbing? They were ripping Art the Clown the entire time. They should have gotten more brutal deaths than just shot in the head, but it does make sense at the same time when Art the Clown gets cornered like this. This is 3 dudes versus 1. He pulls out the gun. It makes sense. Our fake Santa Claus here. I'm gonna put him, this is a really cool kill, and man, maybe the best, you know, liquid nitrogen kill of all time, even besting Jason X. Fight me on this one, but dude, this one's harder to watch. This one hurts as well. I think it's gonna take the fifth place. It's a really good kill, dude. It's a really inventive, cool idea. The mall explosion. This is just pure shock value. I don't know if we get too much like gore or blood or whatever, but it's just the shock value of Art the Clown really did this, huh? This is really what we got from this sequence, huh? I really thought that this was just gonna be Art the Clown toying with people and he was just gonna get thrown out. We got a behind the scenes video when we were, you know, covering Terrifier 3 last year, and it was Art the Clown getting thrown out of the mall, and that immediately said to me, okay, he's gonna like goof around a little bit, maybe give like a cut off hand to a child, you know, that's gonna be kind of the fun part of this, and then it's gonna be over, it's gonna be whatever. But Damien Leone always finds a way to shock and surprise his audience, so I think for shock value alone, I have to put it in Arts Pleasure Emporium. Mia in the shower. This was supposed to be the big showcase kill of the movie. Mia and Cole getting chopped to bits by a chainsaw, dude. I mean, that's awesome. I gotta be honest though, like, this is a great kill, but I think there are better kills in Terrifier 3, which, you know, Damien's just so good at what he does. I kind of just, even though this was supposed to be like clearly the showcase, I think there's even still a better kill to come. But Mia in the shower, she gets chainsawed. And there's also a little bit of interesting thematic relevance to this. Mia is obsessed with Art the Clown as a serial killer, and she's berating Sienna about it earlier on in the film, and she's like, I want to know what it's like to be in the presence of Art the Clown. It's like, no the fuck you don't. No you don't. What are you talking about? That strengthens this kill for me. It's not just gore, it's also a little thoughtful too. Also feels like a little bit of commentary on how we obsess over true crime, which is nice. That's kind of a nice little angle to Terrifier 3 that I feel doesn't get talked about enough. I'm gonna put this one at the tippy top of Art's Pleasure Emporium, because this is an upsetting kill. We see her just getting sawn down like a Thanksgiving turkey, just pieces coming off the entire time. It's awesome. It's great stuff. Cole's death, however, dude, this is, again, controversial picks here, controversial takes, I know, but this also tops the hacksaw scene for me, which I think is a hot take. This is my number 3. These are easily my top 3 of the whole franchise. There's so many layers to Cole's death, just like there are so many layers to the human body that Art knows all too well. Art the Clown is sawn into his leg, but like doesn't cut it all the way off. So when Cole goes to take a step to get away, he snaps it and snaps his leg and falls on the ground. Guys, it is one of the hardest parts of this whole thing to watch. The vertical bifurcation is also insane, don't get me wrong. I mean, just the chainsaw catching the scrotum and cutting through the balls. I mean, that's insanity. Getting your ass cheeks slit in half. I mean, fuck that, man. Cole's kill is an all-timer, in my opinion. It hurts to watch. Hurts. Ugh. I'm just noticing now that Greg isn't on this list, but I will say that Gabby is for some reason. Gabby did not die, guys. So I'm gonna say that this is gonna be Greg right here. This is our placeholder for Greg. He dies off screen, but then he gets stigmata'd on the wall, and I think that's kind of cool. Again, kind of helps with the whole, what is it, Christian iconography throughout this entire film, especially in 3. Still gets some points for me. I kind of feel the same way about this one as I do like the cat lady. So it's, yeah, put it right above there. The rat kill though, this is going up to Sienna's cream machine, baby. Come on now. I mean, this is awesome. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. This also passes up the hacksaw for me. This is a controversial take. I love the hacksaw scene, and it's like what put Terrifier on the map without a doubt. But like, I think, Damien topped it a few times in some of the more recent movies, if I'm being real. This rat kill gets major points for me for being so inventive. I mean, we're lighting the end of a tube on fire so rats go down somebody's throat, and then we're cutting a hole open so they can escape. I mean, that is so cruel. And I didn't even mention this. We're taking the glass pipe in there and we're hitting it with a hammer so it breaks through your throat as well. I mean, the pain of this death is, again, another underrated moment. This is one of the better kills of the whole franchise for how much it makes you feel. And then also just for the creativeness of it. I think that's why I'm putting it up so high. And then there's Jonathan's death to kind of cap this off. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Was that really his skull? Who's to say? I think the creators have literally confirmed that Jonathan is dead, but can we trust them? That's kind of the big question as of right now. This is a mean-spirited reveal, which I really like, and that's fun to me, but again, is it even a death? I'm gonna put it at, I feel good about putting it right there in bland Barbara. So this is how I would rank them. Obviously, Sienna's cream machine is gonna be a lot of these kills. Most of them are pretty good. Let me know how you guys would rank these kills down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Happy Halloween. Please subscribe. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.